Okay, the day is finally here, November 5th, 2024. Today, by tomorrow, Wednesday morning, we should have somebody, some lady, some woman, some man, one old man, one lady who is full of joy, who laughs, who is optimistic, who sees a bright future. Or we are going to have one man who is out for vengeance. He's out to destroy those who hate him. He's out to destroy those who do not agree with him. He's out to destroy those who criticize him. Today is the election of the United States of America. USA, 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 USA. Okay, let me be serious now. Today is the day of the election. Today is November 5th. November 5th was always a day which we never thought would come. But surprise, today is November 5th. And surprise, tomorrow we are either going to have another President Donald J. Trump, or we are going to have VP Kamala Harris as the new mixed race first female president of the US of A, USA. Okay. So, it baffles me when people try to tell us that no, Donald Trump is not who he says he is. That what he says is not actually him. They say Donald Trump is always going to be Donald Trump. And then when he speaks, they say, no, that's not what he meant. That what he's saying, what comes out from his mouth is not actually who he is. And then they tell us again that Donald Trump is always going to be Donald Trump. That Donald Trump is just Donald Trump. Donald Trump is just being Donald Trump. And then he says some things and they try to tell us that no, what your ears heard or what your eyes were seeing, like for example the January 6th riot, no, that's not actually what you saw. That something different happened. But you know who is going to paint Donald Trump like the man he is? Is the coach of, what team is that? It's a basketball team in America. I think it's San Antonio Spurs. Greg Popovich. And I also heard this morning that he is sick and he's taking himself out of the game indefinitely. And they have an interim coach. That's what should have happened to Biden, right? Some people will say that. Yeah, so Greg Popovich. In this, let's react to this. I might keep coming in and out. It might not be the best way to come in and out, but let's go. Let me not waste your time before you Americans start telling me that I'm wasting my time. I'm not wasting my time. I'm having fun. You are the one wasting your time because you are listening. You are actually commenting. No, you are not wasting your time. You are actually doing me a favor because you are helping me grow. That is good. Criticism doesn't mean I cannot succeed. It means I need to up my game. So let's go. Is he waiting for a question?
Just one question
Okay.
about the US election. What do you think about that? And do you think it's important for the future and the democracy of the USA?
Probably.
Probably.
Speak for an hour. Come on.
No, don't speak for an hour, please.
There's
When was this? This is 9 days ago.
hundreds of thoughts about the election. Everybody does, and it's almost become trite. Everybody has their own talking points and all that. I try to narrow it down sometimes and think about. We all know that one candidate did this and that and the other. None of it very good as far as being a criminal and that sort of thing. But we all know what he does.
I know he's going to
Try to figure out,
be so critical about Donald Trump.
for him. What do they exactly think he's going to do for them?
That is a good question.
I was just watching this round.
And remember, a lot of people are thinking to vote for Donald Trump because he says two things which are false. He says two things which are false. One, he pretends to be a strong man. He pretends to be that strong man who can sit on the table. And it's like Donald Trump make it seem as if he can just pick up his phone and say, Putin, my friend, stop that, don't do that, or I'll kill you, or don't do that, or I'm gonna hit you hard. And Putin is going to like, Donald Trump, please, 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 please. Or he pretends as if he's just gonna call Xi Jinping and tell Xi, stop that, don't invade this place, don't do that. And they're gonna be like, yeah. Or as he thinks, he's gonna call Rocketman. That was the name he gave the president of North Korea, Rocketman. He makes us all think. No, he makes his people think, because I know that's not how it works. He makes people think that he's this strong man. And that's why he's got all these NFTs where they make him as if he's Rambo. They give him it's just pathetic. They make him look as if he's this strong guy with a big gun, muscly. The guy is not only unfit, he's not healthy. He's not healthy. Look at Biden and look at Donald Trump. Who is healthy? Biden is fit at his age. Have you ever seen Donald Trump on a bicycle? Biden, although he falls, Biden can ride a bicycle. Have you ever seen, when was the last time you saw Donald Trump in shorts, like in short trousers on a beach? When was the last time you saw that? No, because if he ever puts on shorts, oh my God, can you just close your eyes and think of Donald Trump in shorts? No, he shouldn't do that. The second thing is, he keeps talking about the economy. Yes, the economy of America was good. By the way, I do not live in America. I'm just doing this for entertainment. He keeps saying the economy was good under him. The economy was good under him because he was handed an economy that was growing. He was handed an economy that was stable. The economy was stable. Everything was stable. So everything was meant to be going upward. Obama gave him an economy that was stable. There was nothing he had to do just to take care of that economy. That's all he had to do. So it's not as if he did something. What policy did he really put in his first term that did something for the economy, other than that he inherited a good economy from Barack Obama? Jobs were going up, wages were going up, everything was going up. So all he needed to do was manage that economy well. So, and the only time that he needed to be president, the only time that he needed to actually lead, the only time that he needed to be of, which word can I put? The only time that they needed a president like Churchill, wartime president, was when the pandemic happened. That was the only time. So that was the only time Trump would have nailed his second term. But guess what? First of all, Trump said it was going to disappear. Trump said it's a flu. Trump did not want to believe in the pandemic because he did not know what to do. And because he doesn't listen. I don't even know why I'm making this video, because today is the election. And some people have already voted. Some people are going to vote Donald Trump, which is good. Because in an election, there are two choices. You vote for person A or you vote for person B, which is fine. And when the other person lose, he has to just say, you know what, you won. Because it's all about numbers. Get the right amount of numbers of people to vote for you, and you probably win. Though American election is a little bit different because it's not how many people vote for you that you will win. It's the electorate. How many of those states that have more electorate? Some have 20, some have 19, some have 11, some have 5. So how many of those states with more electorate are you going to win? That is how you win the American presidency. It's not about it's not the number of people in total. It's the amount of those states that have more electorate that you have to win. So for the American election, instead of numbers is good, you can see target numbers because it's true numbers that you can win the states. But if you focus on the states, so if you're campaigning, you look at those states with more electorates and try and go win them. That is how it works in America. So it's not about the number of people in total in the whole country that they're going to, because Hillary had more votes than Donald Trump. Donald Trump has never won the popular vote. What is called the popular vote. That's the sum total of everybody that votes for one candidate. That is a popular vote. Trump has never won the popular vote. He's been to 2 elections. He's won one and lost the other. And in those 2 elections, he never won the popular vote. Anyway, Republicans even they always win the election with the electorate, not the popular votes, because they are not popular. Because the way they treat people. So let's go back to Mr. Greg Popovich.
In Pennsylvania, and all the college kids were behind him with red hats and that sort of thing. And I just
That was a MSG rally.
that he, had to pay money because of his rent practices in New York.
Yeah.
He was a racist in that sense.
And this is to most of those black people who are still thinking that Donald Trump is the best choice. He's never been the best choice. He might say some things. And remember, all the black people saying Donald Trump is the best president. The day you will criticize him, criticizing somebody doesn't mean you hate them. We have partners, we have wives, we have husbands, we have kids, we have family members, we have friends. When they criticize us, it doesn't mean they hate us. But for Donald Trump, when you criticize Donald Trump, you are vile, you are vicious, he hates you, you are treating him badly, you do not love him, because for Donald Trump, it's all about affection. Donald Trump, they say he's got thick skin, he's got thin skin. Somebody who has thick skin will take criticism and they will look deep in him and then look at the criticism and see what he can change. But Donald Trump has got thin skin. The slightest criticism you give to Donald Trump, you become his enemy. And that's why he's using this word, enemy within. He's got the worst enemies in his own campaign, but he cannot see. His enemies are right in front of him and he's looking above his enemies. One is his VP. His VP was the first person to say Donald Trump was America's Hitler. His VP said he did not vote for Donald Trump in 2016. He said he was going to vote, he would even vote for a dog. That's how low he saw Donald Trump. He said Donald Trump lost the election of 2020. He accepted that Donald Trump did assaulted what's her name? The lady, Jean Carroll. He said, who are you going to believe, Donald Trump? And then he said, no, I'm joking, I'm laughing, I'm just joking. Everything that Donald Trump was accused of. He was even against Donald Trump when Donald Trump banned Muslims. So everything that he is now in support of, he was against. He did not see anything that Donald Trump did. Not only him, Everybody who surrounds Donald Trump now, from Ted Cruz to Moscow Mitch to what's his other name, the one who was crying the other day. What's his name? The one who was crying and saying, who said people should be out of their mind, that Liz Cheney should be out of her mind. What's his name? Not Mitch. I'll get his name. But you guys know what I'm talking about. So everybody who surrounds, who is Elon Musk himself said before that Donald Trump was a sole loser. That Donald Trump was a crybaby. He said Donald Trump was foolish. But because they know Donald Trump is transactional. With Donald Trump, you want to get to Donald Trump, give him something. Donald Trump is a baby. It's a cry baby. You know, when a baby is crying, you want to bribe a baby, get a toy like this one, and bribe the baby. The baby stops crying and the baby smiles with you. That is Donald Trump. You have to always show Donald Trump something. Give him something, and he's your friend, and he'll do whatever you say. Jeff Kennedy endorsed Donald Trump after asking Donald Trump, if I endorse you, what do I get? And now Donald Trump is promising him to be the health secretary, or is the health minister. How can that person be the health minister? When he speaks, he doesn't speak like he's, no doubt, I'm not saying he's not healthy, but he speaks like how? And he's a conspiracy theorist. And you want to make him the health minister. He said he's going to take out chloride from water. And guess what Donald Trump says? Donald Trump speaks like a typical school dropout. He said, I'm just going to let him go wild. I'm going to let him do as he pleases. You are not going to let somebody to be in charge of the health of 320 million plus people to just go wild. He will, because if he does that, imagine letting the health minister of America go wild, just do whatever he thinks is right without consulting the experts. Imagine what will happen. By the way, before anybody criticizes me, I'm not a US citizen. I do not live in the United States. I have no intention to move to the United States other than to visit Disneyland, Orlando. Which if I visit Disneyland, I'll be paying money, so it's not free. I've got friends who live in the United States, and I have their interests. You guys need to. You guys, it's today, it's not tomorrow. Today is the day. If you are still somewhere saying, no, I'm not just going to vote because there's nothing in there for me. Wait, then. So if there's nothing in there for you, why don't you just go and vote for somebody who is trying to bring hope to others? Because if you say there's nothing in there for you, that means you're fine. You've got money. Either it doesn't matter if you vote or you don't vote, nothing will change from your life. So go then, if you don't want to help people, just go and vote for VP Kamala Harris, because she's the only candidate that is talking to people with is making people believe in your American dream. Trump says America is a trash can. Trump says America is a dead country. Trump says he wants to be president of America. He wants to be president of America for the second time. And America has given him everything. Trump was born rich. He's going to die rich. Trump, from the time he's born, he's never been like you or your ordinary person. He only says that because he wants you guys to believe what he says. He's the greatest con man. He was given millions and millions of dollars by his dad. He's got his dad's name, Trump. Trump says things and people say no, that's not what he was thinking. That he was thinking something different, but his mouth was saying something different. And you guys say he's smart. Only a fool, like he says, he calls people fool. But only a fool will say something different from what they are actually thinking. And intelligent people who have been to school will try and defend that. Imagine you going to court, standing in front of the judge, and saying something to the judge, but your lawyer trying to tell the judge that no, what he's telling you is not what he's actually thinking. What he's thinking is this. Imagine that. Everybody who wants to vote for Donald Trump, everybody who thinks Donald Trump is a good man, can you let Donald Trump be a godfather to your kids? Other than that, he's Trump. Can you let that man, the person, Donald Trump, the person, let's take away Trump from his name. Let's say Donald John. Can you let Donald John be a role model to your kids? Can you actually take your kids and send them to live for 1 month with Donald? I remember one time, one of the politicians who supports Donald Trump was asked if he wants his children to grow up and be like Donald Trump. And he said no. He said no. I've always said this. It's not only Americans. I've always said most people who are supporting Donald Trump, not most people, there are two kinds of people supporting Donald Trump. One are rich people who are going to use Donald Trump to be richer. And the second set are people who have never been to school. Not me. I'm not the one who said that. Donald Trump said that. People who have never been to school, people who are uneducated, who support Donald Trump. So the rich ones who are definitely going to make money if Donald Trump wins, or even if he doesn't win, they're still going to make money. And uneducated people who do not use their brain to think. And there are loads of uneducated people in America. We are not the ones saying that. Donald Trump himself, when he won, he said, we won with the poorly educated people, insulting those who voted for him. So today is the day. Don't sit out this one. Do not sit out this one. This one is important to you and to your children, especially if you are non-white. Even some white people. Today, you guys should send this man. He should be retired. Send him. And I believe if he wins, 4 years is going to be crazy. He himself said that. He said the beginning is going to be wild. But if he loses, America is going to see joy. There's still going to be hardship, yes, but at least people are going to start to see hope. Like Obama said when he was campaigning, hope never fails. Hope never fails. So it's up to you guys. Don't sit at home and wait for people to go and make your own future. There are no illegal immigrants who are voting. Let me not say there are no illegal immigrants who are voting. Ask yourself this question: if you are illegal, why would you want to go and vote when you know if you are caught, that's it for you? You've managed to cross the border. You are in the United States of America. You can start to make life for yourself and for your family. And then you want to go and vote? You must be the dumbest person in this planet. All your life, you wanted to get to America. Finally, you're in America. You have no papers. You are illegal. You should be hiding. But you want to go to the police station where you know they are going to be, people are going to be watching. There are going to be police officers everywhere. There might be immigration. And then you want to go and vote and they say illegal immigrants are voting. Damn. How dumb these people are. I'm living in the United Kingdom. We know we have our brothers who are living here too illegally. Imagine an election and you see one of them trying to go and vote. Oh boy. Really? You look at him as the dumbest person you've ever seen on this planet. You know, at any time you can be caught and sent back to your country. Even walking on the street, you are panicking. Sleeping at home, you are panicking. Some of them always sleep with their shoes on because they know at any time the police can bust the door open and they need to run. And then you will take yourself to go and vote. How dumb are these people who say that? Really? How dumb are these people who say that? But if you want to finish this, you know what? Let's finish this. Let's finish this interview. Let's finish it.
He had to pay money because of Trump University being a fraud. He lost all kinds of money with casinos back east. There's Trump steaks. I mean, you could go on and on. I mean, I don't know if they, and so I say, what does he say or do that they want to vote for him?
Seriously.
They must think he's a strong guy, or this is the biggest whiner that ever walked the face of the earth.
He's a massive whiner.
A fifth grade bully I've ever seen. I mean, I just, would you want your kids to act like he does?
No, nobody.
Your kids to make the excuses he does? Everybody's come after me. Everybody this, that.
Me, it's all about me, it's all about me.
Poor me.
Poor me, poor me. A rich kid, a rich man from birth, complaining and whining. More than a poor man even.
He continues to lie about it. Of course, all the sycophants around him know that he's full of crap and a liar, but their interests are for themselves. And
that's what I said.
I look at it and I look at my grandchildren and I wonder if my grandchildren are playing in a soccer game or a basketball game, do I want him to be their mentor? Do I want him to be their example of how to act if it doesn't go well? Like everybody in this room, hopefully all of us taught our children, you're not going to win all the time, but when you win, be humble. When you lose, do it with grace.
Accept it gracefully.
He doesn't do that. And so you wonder, all the people who support him, would they want him to teach their kids? So
that's a good question.
I tell my grandchildren that I guess if they want to be like Trump, I'm going to say, hey, now, today, you're going to win because there's no way you can lose. And if you do lose, it was rigged against you. So don't buy it. Don't buy it. You got to figure out who to blame. Blame those referees because they were against you. Blame your teammates because they didn't play well and they should have maybe given you the ball more. But you don't have to accept that. And just keep saying it. Just keep saying it.
Until people start to believe you.
To the little kids, you know what's really good about it? You keep saying it over and over, and all of a sudden, your life will be a little bit easier because you'll become delusional. Because you'll actually believe some of the lies you've been telling yourself. And then you don't have to worry about shame and guilt. Because when you're delusional, there's no shame. There's no guilt. And life becomes so wonderful. And that's the kind of things I think about when I think, and he's a pathetic individual, a small man who has to make everybody around him smaller so that he thinks he's going to be bigger. And isn't that the same thing we told all our kids in grade school? That's not how you act. That's not what you do. But there's those college kids behind him cheering. And I want to know why. Do they think he's going to get him a job? There's no policies, but we're going to get after Kamala Harris because somebody says she wasn't specific. She's been so specific compared to him, it's ridiculous. I just heard it again. I got his policies today. It's going to be great. It's going to be the greatest economy ever, just like it was before. People call me all the time and tell me, oh, taxes, we're going to take care of that. It's not a problem. We're going to take care of that. There's nothing there except jibber jabber, and they're students. They're listening to him. I don't understand what's going on in their heads. So he's pathetic. He's small. He's a whiner. We all know that. You wouldn't have him babysit your kids.
No way.
You wouldn't hire him if you had a small business. You want that man in your business?
No way.
There's no way. But you're going to vote for him for president? Because he's...
How is that? How?
Kamala Harris whipped his ass in the debate,
Yep.
obviously, and he's running ever since. He doesn't want any part of it. Because, as she said before, she's eaten many of his type for lunch. As an attorney general, as a prosecutor, he's a small fry compared to some of the people she's going after.
And some of you think she cannot put two sentences together.
All he can do is cut people down, and do what he does. We've all seen all that kind of stuff. The ones that you can be even more angry about, because he's sick. He's a damaged man. He grew up the biggest wannabe there ever was in New York, right? We all know that. He wanted to be in the inner circle, but they laughed at him his whole life.
Because he's...
Fun of him at dinner, and he was about to melt. That angered him so bad, it was scary. But he was never accepted. He was treated like a fool, like a clown. And now he's able to just give the finger to them.
I think that's why he keep calling people fools, stupid.
He's getting back at everybody because he's so small. He's got to go after everybody, just like we all know the generals and Mike Pence and all that. We've all heard that before. But those people around him, the Grahams, the Cruzes, the Hawleys, the Meadows, McCarthy, McConnell, all those guys, all older white men, it so happens to be, they know he's an ass.
Yes, they know. They said it before.
They think that. They've told us.
It's on tape.
Ever since, 2015, 16, all that kind of thing.
They all said it.
They've called him a xenophobic, a religious bigot, a racist, unfit for office, on and on and on. Their words. But they're right there with him. Do they not know that they have children and grandchildren probably that are going to lose freedom if this guy is elected? I'm not talking about a policy. I'm talking about the idea of our country. Freedom is what we're all about. And the experiment has been going on for, 250 years? And these people are willing to front for him, knowing full well how full of crap he is, and they have children and grandchildren that will have to live in a world that is going to go downhill if this guy is elected. He doesn't know anything. He's not imagining. He doesn't care. He's not interested.
He's not.
He didn't even want to be president in 16. It was a scam. It was, an investment for
The
him.
greatest con man.
What are they thinking? Well, we know what they're thinking. They want their power. They want their position. People like Cruz are pathetic because we know that that's why they're there, because they've said things about him, their real feelings, but they don't care. They think we're all
Cruz is actually the worst.
we don't remember what they said.
You're pandering to somebody who said your wife was ugly.
It's just such a dangerous situation because, the fact that he's damaged and now he's become delusional, you just listen to him. It's embarrassing. And he wanted to get after Joe Biden because he would flub up some words here and there. Now the danger follows the delusion. And our kids and grandkids are going to have to live with what this guy puts out there. So I'm just hoping that people
Go out and vote.
people who are already sold on him for whatever reason, I can't figure it out. The ones that stay home and don't vote are the ones that worry me.
Yeah.
Everybody to vote, and I hope that they won't stay home,
Get out and vote.
that this guy is a scam.
It's today.
He's great at it. I give him credit for that. He's the best ever. Best ever. But he makes you want to puke.
You want me to continue? I didn't expect him to say that.
Somebody hit me. Somebody say, Pop, that's bullshit. Or, yeah, what about this? What did he do? Tell me something he did.
Yes, what did he do?
One thing I left out was, well, just think about this. You'd want this guy, you'd vote for him, or you'd want him to be a friend, or you'd go have a beer with him. He called COVID a hoax.
A hoax. He said ingest bleach. Ingest bleach.
1,000 people died
inject, sorry, not ingest, inject bleach on a president of the United States asks its citizen to inject bleach into their body to cure COVID.
Of the physically challenged person during the election. What grown man, emotionally damaged like he is, would do that? Would make fun of a physically handicapped? We put our kids in detention.
Definitely.
If they made fun of somebody like that.
Yeah.
Yet
Yeah.
Vote for him for president?
Explain that.
Are you crazy?
Seriously.
He said it was a hoax. And everybody that comes close to him.
He said it would disappear like that. It would disappear.
Lose their souls.
That's
still
true.
remember to this day, what's the guy, he's with economics, Larry Kudlow.
Larry Kudlow.
Kudlow actually said, to cover his butt, Trump's butt, he goes, we've got this now. We've got it, quote unquote.
Lockdown.
Airtight.
Oh,
At
airtight.
the very beginning. We got it airtight.
Airtight.
And 1 million people in our country died. Probably a couple 100,000 that didn't need to, if we'd have started it quicker and he'd have done anything. But he called it a hoax because he didn't want it to be there.
Guys, you need to go out and vote.
His presidency.
You need to go out and vote.
So he's dumb enough to think it's going to
Vote VP Harris to win this election and take your country forward.
So he's ignorant
Guys, do not go back.
because he knew
Do not go back to 4 years.
shit. So
Do not go back 4 years to. Yeah,
like
imagine that.
bleach.
I was wondering, given that we are in a politically tumultuous time, and especially because you've got young players from abroad who are having this as their first impression.
Anyway, people, if you want to finish this interview, just go to Jeff Skaveski's YouTube channel and finish this interview. That's it for me. This video has been very long, so go finish this. I think it's finished talking about Donald Trump. And again, today is the day. Do not sit this one out. You should be voting for one side. Either you're voting for Donald Trump or you're voting for Kamala Harris. Do not just sit at home. Do something. You're either voting for A or you're voting for B or you're even voting third party. But make sure that you exercise your civic right. Go and vote. Hopefully tomorrow, I don't know, I'm a little bit... I think, yes, Donald Trump can win. We all know that. He can win. He won the first time, so he can win. But I am sure Harris is going to pull this one. I'm sure the people of America are going to vote the way forward and not the way backward. This journey of life, we keep moving forward. We are not moving backward. And Americans will choose hope and forwardness. And Kamala Harris, if by the end of her first term, if she hasn't done anything good, then you guys kick her out. But it's not going to be divisive like now. Because without Trump, MAGA is going to be cleansed. Without Trump, MAGA will go back to being the Republican Party. And that is good politics for you Americans. So it's up to you. Make it count today. Make your voice heard. Use your one vote wisely. I'll see you guys again. I know Americans are going to come here and they're going to lambast me. But I'm saying what I'm saying. I'm not just making things out of thin air. But if you guys can, while you lambast me, if you guys can subscribe to my channel, that would be awesome. If you just watch, that's still fine. Just like this video, that would be fantastic. I wish you guys the best for today. By tomorrow, we would know. Tomorrow is not far.